Good day, happy Monday. Welcome to the beginning of the most exciting weeks and the reason I've risen so far in talking about social media. So it is finally here. Social media automation part 1, Twitter and Instagram. As ever, Kyle will take your questions and WhatsApp them to me. So as ever, we're just waiting a couple minutes just for the people who are running a little late to come in. So please jump into the thread and I guess let Kyle know what are your expectations of today. What are you hoping to get out of it? What are your niches? And what do you want to know more about? So you should be able to see the social media automation screen right now, and then we should be good to go when we get just a couple more people in the room. I am in Los Angeles. It is very nice here. Beautiful sun. I hear even in England there is sun, so there is probably sun for all of us right now. How has everyone been? Are you ready for some learning? How have you been getting on with the homeworks? Please jump it in the thread right now. All right, Kyle reports that video is good. Audio is good. I'm in an office, so we have strong Wi-Fi. So yeah, in about 1 minute, we are going to start. We have a full class in today. It's going to be quite awesome. So if you have any questions, please do throw them in. Again, the more interactive this is, the better. You get all your questions answered so that you aren't confused. You know, our point in all of this is that you get the most out of it. You know, it's not our point for you to learn this stuff. We want you to go and execute on it. We are now about to start. Hold on to your horses. Here we go. One thing that I've always liked about social media is that once you understand it and know how to do it, it can be passed on to an intern. And there's very few things in business that are powerful, that can change your business, that can be passed on. So for instance, if you're a founder, you can't really outsource sales. You can partner with someone who's been in the industry ages, but that's more of a co-founder role. You can't outsource sales. It's difficult to outsource managing other people, especially to, again, if you have super experienced people and big wages, you can. It's difficult to outsource that. It's difficult to do PR because no one can tell the story quite like you can. But you know what we're going to show you in this and this session on Facebook and LinkedIn is how you can automate it all. You can outsource it all. You know, I always think that you should be producing the primary content yourself, but again, this depends on your niche. But you have massive opportunities to set up systems and then have them run on autopilot like I do across all my content channels. I met Dan Fleischman, the youngest person ever to IPO a company a few months ago, and he said, my #1 piece of business advice is use social media. It's free. I really don't know what else I need to say. And it's a really powerful statement, that despite maybe being obvious, yeah, I mean, there never before has been this opportunity to reach so many people for nothing. So let us know if this sounds like you. You don't know if your company should be on social media. You don't know which platforms you should be on. You don't have many followers on any platforms. You don't know what to post. You feel insecure about posting, particularly about yourself. You don't want to be too salesy. You've tried it before and nothing happened. You feel like other people can get big, but not you. You don't know how to turn followers and interactions into sales, and you're concerned it's all a complete waste of time. So I'm going to go through all of these. Will become clear during today's session. So I'm going to unravel different ways to use social media, and you will know if it's right for you. If you don't have many followers, I'm going to show you amazing methods which will give you followers everywhere you need. If you don't know what to post, I'll show you a complete guide for all the major platforms. If you're insecure about posting, we'll go through why this is the only essential skill you will ever need in business. You don't want to be too salesy. Remember, everyone sells. Just that most people hide behind the person who actually does the selling normally, sort of helping out in the background. You tried it before and nothing happened. I'm going to show you the accounts the big players in the space have used. You're concerned it's all a complete waste of time. This one actually is a legit concern. Building product and selling product are the most important things. Everything else is secondary. I'm very wary not to waste time on social. So the golden rules of social media. Everyone has an opinion. Like most things, people who know nothing about it will poison you with their own biases, so ignore them. So what does that mean? People who've never had a big social media account never, ever, ever take their advice on anything. Because they're going to say, you shouldn't post too much. You shouldn't be doing these sort of posts. You shouldn't be selling. They don't know anything. People ask my biggest piece of advice. It is never, ever take advice from someone who has not done the exact thing you're trying to do. And so you have people who have never done it, and they just read blogs and they tell you what to do. And then you have the platforms themselves, and their goal is for you to only do paid transactions on their platforms. Look at building a Facebook page now. It is dead set impossible to build it without paying Facebook lots of money. How is that any different to radio or TV at this point? If you're building a company profile. So, it's not in anyone's interest to show you how to actually use the platforms to get a lot out of them for free, apart from me. You will never ever get a better opportunity to market for free. Every day you don't post or follow people, you are wasting opportunities. And this gets worse the more you think about it and never goes away. So, what you're about to learn is how to get Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook connections every single day of the week at a low level. But, for every day you don't, that's 700 followers in a week. That adds up very quickly. It only takes one sale to change everything. You can never guarantee where that sale comes from, so it's a good incentive to try lots of things. Every person who adds or follows you is a potential opportunity, a customer, a partner, a friend, maybe even a date. Check every profile of people who add you, and this won't take more than 5 minutes a day. As mentioned above, it only takes one sale. So this is something not a lot of people do. Forensically go through every friend request and every follow to see how they could be strategically important to you. Most people won't. They'll just say, oh, 12 new followers, awesome, and they'll go back to doing whatever they were doing. So, the point of getting these followers is any single one of them could be, a high-ticket sale for you, so don't ignore them. You can get away with much, much more than you'd think. There's a lot of poisonous dogma about the way social media should be used. The problem is with the word should. People literally die every day over the way things should be, over what's right and wrong. All of the above are evaluations, not observations. So they're not an observable truth, they're just someone's opinion. So like money, social media has no morality. It gives followers to porn stars as well as humanitarians, just like money is content with both pornographers and priests. Like getting married, owning a house, or having a kid, these are strong cults which, tell you have to do a certain thing. So you're going to be fighting against this voice in your head, so you're going to ignore it if you want your business to be successful. All successful entrepreneurs are rebels. So, at the most basic level, you need to understand that most people are not acting in your best interest in their advice. They're not necessarily malicious, they just don't know what they're talking about. It's not spam if you add value, and you know if you're adding value or not. Always remember there's a person at the other end of that screen. If your own content bores you, don't post it. Be proud to show off what you post to friends at parties, otherwise change it. Remember people's base desires when posting, their hopes, dreams, lust, emotions, and play up to them with every post. So as ever, get paid, get laid, lose weight. Those are the only 3 things people want to read about or buy. So this is it. There's only two golden laws of social media. Firstly, aggressive growth strategy and showing up every day is social media success on any platform. So whatever platform you're trying to grow on, you need 3 to 4 posts and a heavy reaching out. You know, it could be reaching out to influencers, it could be following people so they follow back. But these are 2 things you need to do. Every day you're funneling more people in, and every day you're giving out good content. So alongside that, the second golden law is just to start. You know, these things are not that complex. We're not talking about search engine optimization or coding. It's writing something in a little box and hitting the send button, and then clicking some follow buttons or setting up automation. You know, a child could do it, and children do it on platforms like Musical.ly, and they get millions of followers. As soon as you start, you will get feedback. This will make you feel good, and you'll want to do it more. So everyone should have taken a note. You need a fast-growing account and showing up every day with great content. So it's easier than you think to do this, but so few people do it. Downside, as soon as you stop, they have other content people to follow. So people forget about you quickly. So once you start, you've got to keep it going. The common failure points I see before we get to the automation parts of this event today: not being aggressive enough in getting your initial audience, so adding people into a group, following enough people. Being too lazy to do content. Yes, you can do it. Start with curation and move to original content as soon as possible. Lots of ideas for this in content marketing week and today. Not caring enough, so not liking or replying to every comment. Sophie Amorusa of Nasty Gal would literally, for the first 5, maybe 10 years of her company, she was replying to every comment. You know, began with MySpace and eBay, and then moved across to her own site and her own social media channels. So it was very easy for her to create a community who loved and bought her stuff because she actually cared. She actually showed up, even when she was CEO and had a lot of stuff. And giving up too easily. You know, there's always going to be a little inflection point at the start, but it's far less than things like SEO and PR. So reasons to use social media: everyone's addicted to it, so constant engagement. It is outsourceable, so other people can do it for you. It's far warmer than cold sales and ads, and will save you money versus ads. So I've showed you this before, but this is just a solid reminder for anyone not doing it yet. How do I know a lot of you in the group are not doing it yet? Because I look at your profiles and you're not doing this. So I do have to go over it again. This is your Sunday night strategy. So you use Buffer software, which will enable you to post to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+, Pinterest, LinkedIn, all at the same time. And you're going to block out 9 to 12 every Sunday night. Again, this is just a parameter. It could be Saturday, it could be, you know, Monday night. You know, I just find Sunday nights best because you never ever have any meetings on a Sunday night. Although I did last night, but generally speaking, you never have any meetings in. So you're going to do 4 money posts every morning, Monday to Thursday, between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. Why do you do these money posts? Because people go to work, they pretend to work for an hour, and then they go on Facebook and other social media all day. So particularly Facebook and LinkedIn, which I actually find are the best 2 platforms for content. So you're going to go in there and you're going to post your, you know, a link to the event you're putting on, a link to your new product. You're going to ask for customer feedback. But the point is, you've got to get in front of people's faces, you know, and consistently talking about business stuff, which a lot of people are uncomfortable with. So yeah, Monday to Thursday you do that, and you also do a fun post at 6 o'clock every day when people are feeling fed up and they're thinking about they have to drive home. So give them some fun. So a meme, a picture, an interview, a quote, you know, a fun, interesting little break or gift to their day. And you do this because when you get a lot of likes, you get better page rank, so your posts are shown to more people on whatever platform: Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. You can send more tweets than any other platform. People don't log into Twitter that much, so sending 50 to 100 a day is fine. And you're going to set your peripheral networks up, as well as your mail out, your email mail out. You've got to write all of this on a Sunday night. Why? Because when it comes to the week, it's often just too hard, and you know, you've got to focus on building your product or service and selling it. So it tends to fly out the wayside when you wake up to 10 emails that urgently need to be replied to. So you're going to think, well, one social media post isn't going to make a difference. But if you're not consistent, this don't work. So that's why I say just get it all done. And this is how I started trafficking copy. So I did 100%, 21 posts a week using Buffer software. Then it was done, and I could just check in and click on things. Now I'm doing a little less, but that's because in LA I go to bed at 11 p.m., which means it's 7 a.m. UK time, so that's a good time to post. Then I wake up around 8 a.m. and that's 4 p.m. British time, and I do another post for real. So I do it a little less, but I'm telling you, you have to get 3 posts a day for the first 3 months. This is Buffer. You just put in what times you want the post to go out and what days, and then you put what profiles you want to send it to. So you can see on this screen we've got Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and you can get everyone in your company all loaded in here. It's really the best social media software ever. I've been using it for years. We've got a magazine empire off the back of it. So really, really cool. Highly recommended. So again, this is most of you will already have seen this, but this is the Reddit hack for getting unlimited article ideas. I'm going to show you it again because a lot of you watching this still aren't doing it. So if anyone wants to shout me your niche, and I can pull it up and do a search on here. Kyle, let me know if anyone is posting. If not, I'll pick a niche at random. So Reddit is the front page of the internet, and it is a constantly updated archive of everything that's happening on the internet in real time. So let's say your niche is food. You would just do this search in the top right. Okay, someone put artists. Great. So I'm going to go ahead and do art. And then the key is, so I searched it in the top right of the page in case you missed it. Then you're going to click top right here. Then look at links from all time. And so if you're looking for beautiful art images, this one got the most upvotes of anything in the history, 80,000 upvotes. Full moon service, photo manipulation, brilliant. So you're looking for art, well, these are things, I think this was the $1 million website where you can buy a pixel for $1, and there was 1 million of them, or maybe it was just an art piece, but incredible pixel art. Life up until graduation, nice, beautiful. So you can see how deep these images are. These have been upvoted so that you know that when you put them, people are gonna be loving, liking, and commenting on this. You know, a lot of social media is guessing. I think people will like this. What I like about this Reddit is it takes the guesswork out. You already know that it's got a ton of upvotes, so that people who are interested in that niche, and in this case art, they're going to adore this stuff. You know, your exact market is going to love this stuff, and you can kind of tell the quality. You know, content is all about being able to curate and know what looks awesome. You can just tell that this is extremely high quality, and people into art are going to adore this stuff. So we'll do another search for skincare. So normally the one that appears first is going to be the main one. You want the one with the most people in it and the most posts. So skincare addiction. And I presume it's Ming asking this question. Look at this sidebar. You don't need an expensive regimen of products or frequent facials to achieve impressive results. You just need this community of knowledgeable, skeptical men and women who are passionate about skincare. So that really ties in with your mission to get the best possible skincare to women. So again, we're going to click top and links from all time. Order the sample, and the world's most wasteful packaging award goes to Paula's Choice. So yeah, you would use this image and say, you know, do you find packaging is wasteful? Do you care about the environment? You can go, yes, I get massive boxes. you know, sort of fun stuff, viral meme stuff will work well. You know, it's safe to say I'm addicted. You could look into that and do a post on that. I'm not going to click on Asian facials, aka a very ungoogleable topic. So yeah, so people are asking about this particular type of makeup that's hard to find. What I've learned from my dermatology rotation, you know, inflammation, sunscreen, if you have acne, these are all great touching points you would use to create content. From severe acne to clear skin, you know, I think this is a very powerful image. And then, you know, this story would be a great jumping off point for something to talk about. You could maybe even reach out to her and interview her and see what she used to get that. My pores are huge, but they don't have blackheads. I've tried pore strips and special face washes, but nothing has really worked. I actually have a similar problem. Yeah, so you can see how these things, best wrinkle reducer, best anti-aging products, you know, you now have a ton of ideas. So why am I showing you this? Because I don't want any of you to go, I don't know what to write about. You know, I could spend the next hour on this call and we're not going to get anywhere near the bottom of this stuff. Help treating hormonal chin acne, dark under eye circles, advice needed for treatment of redness. You know, there's unlimited things, and that's what Reddit is for. So yeah, even a niche as small as skincare, you're going to get a ton of different things. So to get back to where we are, you know, Reddit is the best site on the internet. So now you know where to find content, you know how much you need to post, and that's the underlying layer. Most people don't do that, but most people know they have to do that. So now I'm giving you a bulletproof strategy to do that. So now, why Twitter and Instagram? They are naturally set up for bots and automation. Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, said bots are okay on Twitter in a recent earnings call. It's far easier to automate using software than Facebook, which you should never automate, let alone it's almost impossible to do. Automated outreach at scale is possible using Twitter and Instagram, so you can just get leads almost on autopilot. There's a slight learning curve to set up, and then it's just maintenance, which is amazing. It's the easiest social proof to get. It also has fringe benefits. You know, if you have a lot of followers, it's easier to get booked for talks. Clients see you, and they see you as an authority. When anyone Googles you, the first thing to click on is normally Twitter. So you should have that popping, and then Instagram, and then your personal website. So let's start with Instagram, and I think the majority of today is going to be on this platform. So it's a picture-based social network, has spread largely because an idiot can use it. Twitter requires spelling, language, grammar, concise ideas, a high barrier to entry for many people. A picture tells 1,000 words, so it's easier to understand. One like is basically saying, I like the way you look, so it's complimenting you, not your idea. Humans are trained to feel warm towards humans' faces, hence the proliferation of selfies. It's cooler than Facebook and is fast advancing on Snapchat's march as the teenage platform. 80% of all social media engagement happens on Instagram. That is mental. Like everything, people are addicted to scrolling throughout the day. It's a little more niche specific in Facebook, so it's not for everyone. I'll just say that outright. Some people in here will probably not get much from it. But it's easily the most important network after Facebook, and it's not going anywhere. It's still growing. So this is your funnel for Instagram. So firstly, you're liking or commenting on people's photos, you're following them, you're sending them DMs, you're in boost groups, so where you all meet and then agree to like, comment, and dwell on people's pictures so that you get a big algorithm boost, or influencer shout-outs. So all of these things are, you know, your top of the funnel. Then the person you reach out to or who finds out about you views your profile, they click, they like, they follow, maybe they DM. Then them commenting or liking means that their fans see your post, and then when their friends see your post, it begins all over again. So you get more people through. Finally, the end of the funnel is then clicking on the profile link, becoming a customer, refers others. So generally speaking, Instagram should be started manually. Find one person who absolutely loves what you're doing, follow all of their followers, and then look at the hashtags those followers use, and start using those hashtags in your posts. that's really the basics of it. You can put a link in your bio, not in the specific posts, and then you can say, click the link on my bio for more information. So use something like yourdomain.com/go as the bio link. This is because you know that every person who hits that page has come from Instagram. Instagram traffic is dark and it's going to show up as direct. So it's a good idea to do that if you want to track how many people are coming to your page. So a lot of you are saying, right, but how do I find the pictures? So again, if you guys haven't seen this, this is best 9. So Instagram made something where it showed you your top 9 photos of the year in 2016 and 2015. So this is a fantastic piece of software which will enable you to see any profile on Instagram what got the most likes. So, you know, you don't know what to post on Instagram, go find the 10 biggest accounts in your niche, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute, and then you just put them in here. So I'm going to type in, just say my own name, and it's going to find my top 9 photos. I have no idea what they're going to be actually. But yeah, so let's say you wanted to enter my niche and you wanted to see the sort of stuff I did, so personal brand stuff. Yeah, so you can see that the type of posts that work for me are containing animals, promoting my events, at my events, you know, kind of well shot photos of me looking cool because I very much run a personal brand. So yeah, so this would work for anything. If anyone wants to shout me their Instagram handle, I can have a look too. Questions come in. We've been doing some Twitter but struggling to get engagement. Can you take a look? Let me do that in the mastermind. This is going to be a big session. We are going to go over, hopefully only by 10 minutes. Should money posts for e-commerce be in the morning as well? Yes. If they're at work, they'll actually buy them or buy one at home. It's more the case that they see it and then they check with their wife or partner that they can buy it, and then they buy it in the evening. How does Buffer compare to Hootsuite? Hootsuite is also listening, so you can monitor accounts. You can't do that on Buffer. But if you're purely about posting, I would focus on Buffer. Okay, so yeah, that's how you find great accounts in your niche. So test the number of posts per day on Instagram. 8 per day may be the sweet spot for fast growth, but test 3, 4, 5, 8, any other variables. Using top 9, you can find enough content to put on your Instagram. Once you've done the top 9 accounts, you can find the best content mathematically. When you post 4 to 8 times a day, it's very likely to be popular as it's already been proven to be loved. This will hold out across all networks. Branding and photo quality is important. Everything else depends on it. So you can't get away with being great at engagement without great photos. The best 2 types of posts for Instagram: tag a friend who X and comment below if Y. Hopperhq.com will enable you to post Instagram photos from desktop, but you can do it from within Instagram now anyway. Boost groups. Private networks are people who like and comment on each other's photos. This is only really powerful at large scale, so if the people in it have, you know, it's good once you get to 10,000 followers to use boost groups because they work a lot better. This requires a time commitment, so it's a perfect intern task. Find them via others on Instagram. There's private Instagram and Telegram groups, and we can get hold of those if you want them. Best way, honestly, is real relationships with people with massive accounts. In many cases, they're run by kids who are terrible at business, selling mentions and shout outs for $14 a go. They want consistent revenue and possibly mentoring, so use this to get in front of them. If a big account likes your photo, you know, soon in the 10 minutes after it goes out, you know, it's a big amount of traffic. If you have money, you could acquire an account to get a head start. You know, I'm in a Telegram group of people selling accounts I can probably link people into. Once you've done the top 9 accounts, look at the last 20 posts, add up the total likes and divide them by 20, and then any posts above the average are worth stealing. So now you know exactly what Instagram content to find. So now we're going to do an exercise in how to do automation for Instagram. So, you know, a lot of you are going to say Instagress has gone down. So I'm going to teach you guys how to automate your own Instagram. So to do that, before I do that, I'm going to look on audience to show you how to find people to follow and how to find influence in your niche. Again, some of you will say, I've already seen you do this, but you guys aren't doing it. So just to go over again, plus this is a crucial step for those who are new to the space. So you just go to your Instagram accounts. So this is, so yeah, anyway, let's say my personal Instagram. Actually, yeah. Then you go to search all Instagram right here. So you got audiences and then search all Instagram. So again, let's say the niche is art. You just search here, and this is going to show all of the people on Instagram who match that term. Why is this important? Because it's impossible to do this from within Instagram. Instagram is just going to show you a list of people to follow. So let's say we want to target art influencers. So they have to have over 50,000 followers. So this means that if they post about you, there's a good chance of some traffic. So we have here 2,000 people. So these people are loosely into art. We could also say gender, female, male, or unknown. So if they're a company, let's go ahead and let's say they're females and into art. Just let's say that's who we want to target. So now we have 446, which is quite a manageable list. So now we're going to export this as an Excel. Is it worthwhile to get verified on Instagram? Of course, it's not easy. Why do you get verified on Instagram? You do that so that when people, when people watch your videos and your stories, they can swipe down and they can automatically get a list of all of the, so that they can automatically click through and view your post. So, you know, you could actually continually make videos all day and then have the ability to click. You know, Instagram's main fault versus Twitter is that you can't get clicks. Well, that's not actually true, because if you get verified, then the world is your oyster. So once you have exported that list of Excel names, I opened it on Excel. That might be why you can't see it on screen right now. You're going to create a new Google Sheet. Which you should see on my screen right now. And then, so audience exported all of those Instagram handles. So we searched for them. We checked they were what we were looking for. So over 50,000 and art and female. Now we're going to call this art influencers. Now we're going to share this with one of my interns. And then we're going to jump into my Follow Liker. So Follow Liker is the piece of software you can use to automate your Instagram and Twitter and Tumblr and Pinterest if you need it. But I'm going to change screens now. Kyle, let me know if we lose everything, but we should get it fine. So we're going to create a new project on Follow Liker. Cool. Okay, so we're going to name this new project. So, you know, test. Now, if you have a lot of Instagram accounts, you need to untick this box. Then you can dump a massive list of accounts in there, and it will follow all of them across all of your main. So you see right here, I have 3 accounts, but I'm going to untick that because I only need to show you 1 account today. So so file, new, and now it's creating it. So this is a piece of software that you know, it has made me six figures basically. It's key. It is the best social media growth hacking software ever. Others would argue Mass Planner, but Mass Planner has lost their access to Instagram, and these guys haven't. You know why? These guys are based in China. They're just far out of the reach of what Instagram can do. So this will always work for getting around Instagram. So what you're using this software for is automating all of your following, unfollowing, liking, and commenting. Basically everything you can do on Instagram, you can do right here on this. It's, you know, I always hesitate to say it's easy to use, but it is quite straightforward. So once you've done it a few times, and Kyle will be able to help you with any questions you have if you're setting this up, it's gravy. Okay, still with me? Okay, good. So now you're going to right click, you're going to click new, then you're going to put in the username and your password. I just need to grab the name of my proxy. If you have a lot of accounts, then you need to use a proxy. So as you can see here, I am using a proxy. You buy your proxies from squidproxies.com. But if you're only running 2 or 3 accounts, it's fine. You don't need it. So I'm putting the proxy in there. Now, nice, you can put your snap settings in here. So yeah, I set this account up so as a multi, so I can put multiple accounts in here. So I've clicked Global Wizard, but normally you can just put custom settings by right-clicking on the account right there. So from here, you tell it what you want it to do. Follow, like, unfollow. So you can either scrape user if you want to use Instagram search to find people to follow. It's great because as soon as someone uses a hashtag, it will follow them or take the action. The bad news is it rarely gets enough for you to follow, unfollow 500 a day. So just for the purposes of this and for hyper targeting based on bio, I'm going to go ahead and untick scrape user. I'm going to leave up scrape photo because I'm happy for it to find photos for me to like. Always shuffle tasks and ignore accounts with no proxy if you use proxies. Show advanced options. I'm not going to do comment. It's a little hard to get right, and honestly, it's so obvious that it's spam. So if you guys get into an advanced level, like hit me up, but I don't even use it on my own account, so I can't say I recommend it. Following and liking is more than enough. So right here, you're going to click Scraped Users, and from here, you are going to add all of the users that we looked at earlier. So I'm going to have to log into Gmail and grab them. So this is the account that I shared with people earlier. So hopefully you can still see all of this. So yeah, so you see this list that you saved. What you need to do now is download this as a .csv. That's it, you're done. Then go back here, right click in this box, import. The key is to import. It'll be here in your downloads. These are all of the people that we pulled out of audience earlier. They've got the word art in their bio and they have over 50,000 followers. So from here, we would adopt the spray and pray approach. So we're going to follow all of them, a percentage are going to follow back, and then we can begin a conversation with them. You know, a percentage of any number of people will always follow back. Again, you can go more granular with this, you can go more targeted. I'm just showing you the broad strokes. I want you guys to get started, to get using this, and then to get the followers to come back. So, scraping photos. Scrape only top result means you will only get photos that have come out recently. You could save the photos you scrape to disk if you want. What's great with this is you can ignore photos with blacklisted words. So your blacklisted words could be, sex, porn, spam, any of those words that you don't want to follow or like. It's a really nice feature. Or you could scrape only photos with whitelisted words. So for everyone in a small niche, this is amazing for that. So my niche, as you all well know, I just leave it as relevant. There's other things you can do, but I found when you mess around with this, it tends to like less photos. But location is a cool search. You can search around a location. So I'm going to keep it obvious and go starter and founder. It's better to go narrower, but you need a lot of them, because if someone hasn't used these words recently, it struggles to find them. So you get the idea. My niche is startup, founder, growth hacking entrepreneur. So I would like to like these photos so that people see me. So follow limit 5 to 10. So it's only going to follow 5 to 10 people in a session. Daily follow limit 350 to 400. I've got an aged account, so that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and put it 400 to 500. I think I'll get away with it. I always delay follow a little more, 60 to 90. This really slows it down so that Instagram, doesn't know that you're posting. Now, follow users who posted, I would say 0 to 30 days. If not posted in the last month, they're probably useless. I would always follow users who have a minimum of 100 followers, because they're probably just not active. Add a few 9s in there. Follow a user once. This is cool because if I had 10 accounts in here, all of those 10 accounts wouldn't follow the right person. They would all follow one person each, and then you quickly get through the list and see the people who are going to follow back. So you can do more stuff. They must follow at least this number of people. You must have this number of photos if you want. Just bear in mind, this will reduce the number of people it brings back. But can you start to see the power of this? Like, I know some of you are running a social media agency, putting in multiple accounts or setting up multiple accounts of your own. The best way to do this is to find old accounts that your friends don't need anymore and just pick up those so that you can do things a lot faster. Also, unfollowing. How many people do you want to unfollow per day? I'm going to go and do the same. But I'm doing it very aggressively because I have an aged account. And again, I'm going to delay unfollow to 60 to 90 seconds. Another great option, unfollow users who haven't posted for a set number of days, really useful. Blacklist your unfollowed users, so once they go into blacklist, if they're the sort of person who doesn't follow back or who doesn't log in or who doesn't like you, you're not going to try multiple times to follow them and risk them going, stop following and unfollowing me, I'm not interested. So that works really well. So how many likes do you want per day? I'm going to leave that there, I don't know too much about it. But again, I'm going to boost this up. I love this feature. Like photos with only 0 to 50 likes. The reason this is cool is once someone gets over 50, it just becomes a mess of pictures of people on a big old list. But below 50, then they're much more likely to look at it, find you, and go, oh, they like my photo, and then reciprocate. I've had it run a week. It doesn't run that heavily, but you can take a day off, and it's a good idea if you're doing a lot of heavy stuff. I'm not going to bother. Then you finish, and then you hit start. And this is always the moment of truth. I actually have Che, who's in this group, run my follow liker for me, and in about a week's time, in the second part of social media week, you guys are going to get access to working with Che. He's going to give you a free month of Instagram and Twitter growth and 2 weeks of LinkedIn. So he's actually going to do this for you guys if you want. Oh boy, I've hit an error. So now you have to check activity log. I may have put the password in wrong. So yeah, if something goes wrong, and I'm actually glad it did go wrong, because now you guys know what to do. You need to right click on here and then click on activity log, and this will show you what the likely error is. So I just changed my password before, so it should be okay. If not, it may be the proxy. So things will go wrong, which is why you do need to test it every day. You do need to see, are there enough people to follow? Is it actually liking? So if you don't do that, you're going to come back after a week and realize it's not been on for a week. This has happened to me too many damn times, which is the main reason I need to outsource it. So you do need to check on it. At one point, I was getting 3,000 new followers a day across my network. I had to check in every day and every morning fix things for like an hour. The advanced level of when you're doing stuff on here